Okay, so when I was setting up for Archangel Phuel, obviously I've been working with him for a couple of days now, and I found it quite difficult to get on his vibration. I've managed to achieve what I set out to by putting my essential oils on a tissue. I haven't done this for years. I just needed to bring that vibration up in this spot. So what I've done is I've put some rose, some lavender, and some sandalwood on a piece of tissue. Let's talk about Archangel Phuel. Okay, so he's the Archangel of water. And that sounds a little bit boring, yeah, when you first hear it. But when you realize not only are you 60% at least water, but we've got 2/3 of the planet water. You know, water is massive. And when you actually realize the magic within water, which you will find out with the meditation, you'll realize just how incredible this archangel is. Okay, so he is concerned with the relationships with water as well. So the pull of the moon on the tides, yeah, that kind of thing. The fact that your water in your body communicates with the water in another person's body. Yeah, it's all a dance, it's all a relationship. So it's not just water as in a glass of water, it's the behavior, the emotions of water. Okay, so he says he wants to help us because we know if you read tarot, you know that the moon card always brings illusions, confusion, yeah. And he says that's what happens with your emotions, and your emotions are the release of water, if you like, yeah. Even in tarot, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm going back to this, but the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, they're all emotional, very emotional. Water and emotions come together. And so he works with all of this. But he says you've got to be careful, because when you've got water and emotion involved, it creates illusion. And so he helps with that. And the illusion is the things that we're adding to it. We don't need to add anything to the information that comes from water because it's clear. Yeah, if you just allow it to be. Okay, sounding a bit deep, you'll understand what I mean in a minute. So he brings emotional tranquility and stability whenever you meditate or whenever you're mindful. You know, you have the blank mind during the day. And when he does this, he can cleanse you. As long as you've got the blank mind and you're linking in, and because don't forget, you're the master creator. You're the person who has to consent to anything. And so by having a blank mind and calling him in, that's it. All negativity gone. Yeah, he just washes it away. And so if you can imagine you're in the shower, and I did it this morning, it was like, wow, yeah, it's lovely. So try it, do it in the bath. Yeah, it's like having Epsom salts in the bath without Epsom salts in the bath. Okay, so it's great to let go of any kind of emotion. And what's going down at the minute makes us emotional, but it doesn't help us. So we're good to call him in. He said, all you've got to do is imagine them washing away. You know, sometimes when we intend to let something go, that whole process gives it power, and we end up holding on to it if it's an emotion or a feeling or a thought or a belief. And so he's saying, don't even think about what it is, just think about the outcome, think about how you want to feel, just focus on that and be willing to do the rest, release the rest, and I'll do it. Yeah. So he says, any kind of misconception, he gives it another word which I just can't grasp. We haven't got this word in the English language, but it's misinformation, disinformation, misconception, illusion, all roll into one, whatever that is to you. He said, whenever you've got that, so it's not clarity, it's not clear, it's you're putting an interpretation onto something that's not necessarily correct. And he said, just surrender. Because the one thing that you're doing is getting in the way of whatever is going down. So just surrender, and that whole process leads to a release. And then I can replace it with positive energy. And that serenity comes with the balance. Okay, so his feminine aspect then is Lady Oceana. And she reminds us that we just need to relax our minds to see the genuine truth in any situation. So because the thing that's going to get in the way of the truth of a situation is what's going on in your head, because everything you've achieved or everything you've experienced up to that point will influence your perception of a situation. So get out of the way. Yeah. And she said the easiest way is to do it with water, and this is where scrying comes in. I don't know whether anybody's tried to scry. I can't do it. You know, you get messages from water when you like you would a crystal ball, you would look into, you gaze into the crystal ball and you get messages that way. Well, you can scry using just like a dish of water. Even a glass of water would do it, I believe. Can't do it, honestly. And so she's saying that's when you communicate with the water, and the energy from the water will give you the information you need. So suppose it's like I can read crystals, I use the energy from the crystals, so it's the same thing. So maybe we can have a practice with this one time. Yeah. But she said you receive the messages from the water because the water just has it as it is. It sees the situation. I know it sounds crazy because it's not got eyes, but it understands the situation pure, nothing added. And so she's saying you can do the same when you work with water. So that is in the meditation, just to give you the opportunity to try it using the energy of Archangel Oceana, Lady Oceana. The etheric home is the Pacific Ocean around the volcano Oticamu. And I'm like, what now? And I looked up, it's Bora Bora. All the water around Bora Bora, that's the volcano apparently, or Mount Oticamu. Probably saying it all wrong, but it's the fact that there's like lagoons and there is ocean, but there's also like different levels of water all around Bora Bora. So have a look, have a Google later. And this is just the perfect place to go to meditate with this Archangel. No astral traveling right now, but you know that.